You want to know a weird fact? Some of the best tap water I've ever had is New York tap water. It was phenomenal.
You just
Intro.
you're just bougie, bro.
No, I'm serious.
Now,
Crazy
dude, now
fact.
he's just broke. He's just in the restaurants like, I'll just take a few more, a few
Just
more of
give me
those
some
bottles
tap water.
back.
Bring a couple more out,
Bring some of
boss.
that water back, man.
Bring some a big water
They're
again.
like, sir, you got to buy something.
And by the way, we are recording. We're back on the pod. Week 1 just happened. Week 1 NFL just happened. Guys, dude, I never thought we'd get to this, and now it's already week 2. We're gonna freaking snap our fingers, and it's gonna be week 10. I'm gonna be crying.
Hey, don't say that. Let's take it 1 week at a time.
I
Slow
always,
motion.
I was telling Deja, like, I always look forward to that first NFL Red Zone countdown. You know, just watching the clock tick.
Oh yeah.
We did
There's
it. We're here, and I didn't even get to experience that this year. But
What? No, why?
okay, so I use NFL Red Zone, and I have YouTube TV. And last year, YouTube TV, I had NFL Red Zone. This year, them con artists added like a Sports Plus package that you have to install or have to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like an additional 10, $15. And like,
Didn't realize it.
like you couldn't even do it from the app. You had to do it from your phone, like a desktop version too. So I didn't get on Red Zone until like 12:20. I was pissed.
Yeah, that's rough. That's
I
a
was
rough
freaking
start.
out. I was really freaking out.
I had a
But
tough time with Red Zone too because I try and I try and skirt the system, get the student package, of course, like a lot of us do. And I've been a student for like 12 years straight. It's awesome. But
Man, Wilder.
I thought it was gonna like do a reoccurring bill because when I went on the site earlier in the week, because I pre-planned, it said it was gonna reoccur. The bill was gonna reoccur on the 11th, which I was already sketch on because I'm like, it's over a weekend. Is it gonna go through? Because I hadn't been able to log into the actual Sunday Ticket app, and so then I spent the whole morning Sunday trying to get a hold of AT&T, and they literally kept telling me, "All right, you're gonna get directed to the NFL.TV team." And they kept telling me that, and they put me on hold, and I was on hold for like twice for 30 minutes. And finally, they put me through, and then it was just like the team is not working, or it was like no, it was like this is not business hours. Call back on Monday or something like that. And I was like, wow. So eventually, I figured out that it actually doesn't reoccur just for the students. So there's no reoccurring bill, even though it said it was going to reoccur. So all I had to do was re-enter my payment information, which made me feel dumb, but also at the same time, just tell us that. Make it easy.
oh
It's
yeah,
a learning experience.
because you only have a couple. Like a lot of times, you're cooking food, you're doing numerous different things. So like you're
Stressful.
kind of you're sitting in front of the TV right when it's getting ready to start. Normally, I only got a couple minutes to spare. Well, in those couple minutes, I'm over here struggling. Oh my God, how do I get this fucking shit on my TV? I think I cussed every single word you could say. I almost freaking threw my phone through a wall, but it's all good. We watched the
Hey, that's the
game.
beauty of week 1, baby.
That's week 1 for you, and we're bringing the segments back all for the shows all season long. And one thing that we seen when we did some research on our old shows, because we can't remember that long ago, it's been so long, was Shambu, the little Shambu of Sunday, and we all came up with it on a podcast a long time ago, but for the life of us, we couldn't remember what the hell Shambu meant because it doesn't have a meaning. We just, like we like to do, just give out words and meanings for shit. But basically, the way to describe Shambu is the way we seen Sunday from our own
Shambu
eyes.
means family.
Shambu means family. Family we are. No, but Shambu, it's going to be basically all the shit that happened on Sunday, and that's what we call it, the Shambu. So, guys, where should we start? Week 1 was amazing. I feel like maybe we should just spend should we spend any time on Thursday? Or Thursday was a long time ago. We can move on to Sunday.
I don't even think I remember what happened Thursday, so we can go ahead.
What'd you say, Josh?
No, yeah, Thursday was rough. Go ahead, Josh.
We've got to spend some time on Thursday.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I was neglecting this conversation leading up to this, but yeah, it's got to happen. It was rough. I mean, it was embarrassing. The game plan was shit. All three phases, nobody executed on Rams side of the ball. I mean, to say it was underwhelming would be an understatement.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was rough. I tell you what, you text in the group the next day about it. I was really, really upset. I had a message typed out to you that luckily didn't send because it probably would have stirred up some friction. But yeah, so we grow, we learn.
We
The
learn.
message didn't send. I'm a bigger person because of it.
I thought the biggest shock aspect was just the fact it turned into a blowout. I really firmly expected. I picked the Rams, and it wasn't just all hate for the Bills that fueled that, but I mean, I really thought the Rams were going to come out and be like, you know what, we're still the Rams, and just to see the second half how it transpired, and I mean, the game was ugly the whole entire game, but I think the wow factor afterwards was just the fact that the Rams weren't even really in it. Even when it was tied, it still seemed like they weren't in it. I don't know. That's
yeah, and I know what you're saying. Well, and the lack of adjustment, not
Yeah.
only I mean, because it was 10-10 going into half, So I was feeling somewhat confident. We had a couple of key turnovers. I mean, honestly, overall, I think the defense played well with how much they were on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, because the quick turnaround of every offensive drive was disgusting. And I mean, there was times where we turned it over with that the Hill interception. Whenever that the real interception, the other one was a bogus one, but the real interception, and we were on their side of the field, and we got nothing out of it. It might have been Matt Gay's 57, but still, not capitalizing was just.
I like how Dalton just referred to the field goal as Matt Gay's 57. The 57
good from 68.
Yeah. But real quick, I don't want you to have to defend your Rams too much, DMart. Josh, what was your one takeaway about the Bills?
Yeah. So as much as I think Connor probably hated it, as much as probably everybody who just kind of nauseated by the Bills hated it, that they are, as we thought they were.
We
let them off the hook. They are who we thought they were.
But no, they're a dominant, overwhelming team in a lot of ways, in the sense that what I think is most scary about the Bills and what the takeaway should be from that game is that we didn't see the best of them. We saw a team that showed up kind of lackadaisical. And then when they put their cleat on the throat, man, it was kind of scary in the second half with just how fast they can jump on you. But I think Dalton's right. I think his team's defense played decent. The offense was always on off the field in 3 plays, which is tough. Trust me. I know it's tough. But yeah, that was my takeaway. Is that Rams probably played a bad game, but the Bills played a bad game and looked dominant.
Yeah,
I would say that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. We'll get into at least one of those teams when we do our 5 game picks. This year, every week, we're going to have 5 games we pick. 3 of them are going to involve the Chiefs, Rams, and Cowboys, and then the next 2 best games. But we'll talk a little more Rams going forward then. Let's get into Sunday. Thursday was a long time ago. That seems like it was preseason, Let's get into Sunday action, the Shambu of all Shambus. Whew, Shambu, baby.
Burr.
Burr. Let's start with Burr. Joey Burr, 5 turnovers. Daddy, what's going on?
Hey, I remember someone giving him the Cool the Jets award. You remember that?
I think you did. You did. Okay, I'll give you a little pat on the back there.
Hey.
Okay.
No, and I mean, honestly, it was a rough game. The fact that he led them back into being a winnable game was impressive alone. That was a wild game. That was the weirdest game I've seen in a minute.
Because the whole 5 turnover aspect, I couldn't really grasp it really, because obviously I'm watching Red Zone, so I only see a play here and there. I'm not watching the whole thing. But is Mitchell Trubisky that fucking bad? 5 turnovers?
Yes.
And the Pittsburgh's offense is going to be rough all year,
And Najee
like it
got
was
banged
last
up.
year.
Yeah, I've heard that the Najee thing. I don't know if they're trying to play it off as it's not a big deal, which would be in their favor. But they've been saying that it's not that significant. Which God, I hope, because he's like my only thing I have left on my fantasy team. But yeah, no, that was a wild game, and the weird thing about it is the Steelers came out with a big win, but they might have lost in the long run because I think they lost
TJ Watt, yeah,
the season. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because TJ Watt was fucking nasty out there. He was just looking like, okay, JJ Watt has never looked that good in any one of his seasons. TJ is just a world beater sometimes, man.
Well, and not only him, Minka was going crazy
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like their
Blocking
whole
field
defense
goals.
was playing very well, and
Yeah,
it was
Minka's
just a weird game.
You kind of I don't know. It was just weird the way it went down with the Dolphins, and then he went to the Steelers, and you kind of had to learn the system for that first year, even though he made some plays. But Minka's a top safety to top 3 at least, right? Top 3 or 4.
Oh, he's got to be. I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
paid
definitely in
like
the
it, too.
conversation. Yeah.
So yeah, that game was crazy. I mean, I thought we were about to get a tie there for a minute, but like, dude, there were so many times where I was like, all right, Evan McPherson's about to win the game for him, and then I mean, yeah, the one got blocked, and then he shanks the next, and like, anyways, next up, but Cincinnati, dude.
Week
Cool
1.
Jets. Cool the Jets. Good pick there. I like that.
I do think. I mean, we heard a lot about that offensive line all off season. I mean, and like you said, like Josh said, it's week 1. You know, give him some time to mesh, maybe.
Oh,
And I mean, Joey's resilient. So
Did Lyle Collins play? Does someone know that?
I have no idea.
I think so.
Because I heard like all training camp that he was nursing some injury and had some issues, and I mean, because all the Cowboys podcasts were like, yeah, well, he's kind of just proven to the Bengals why the boys released him, which is he was just a constant like nuisance, annoyance. I mean, the dude lied to the drug test or tried to bribe the drug test guy.
Like Marcelo Ozuna, like I'm Ozuna from the Braves. But so sticking with that theme of overtime, we had another 2 games go to overtime, right? Well, at least one. The Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts ended in a tie. And am I missing another game or? No, I think that was the only one. So Texans Colts tie. I bet stupid little $20 bet that the Texans would cover, and I put in the pick'em. I went 5-9 in pick'em this week. Not good. But I picked the Texans. They didn't cover the spread. They tied. But I'm telling you, man, I'm starting to feel bad about my division pick with the Colts. I don't know if they're going to be as good. Your dark horse, Matt Ryan. I don't know, man. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor looks good. Yeah. He looks like he can play football really well. But the problem is running backs can't win you Super Bowls or win your fucking playoff games. They can't really win you anything by themselves. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. The best part of their team, what we already thought was the best part of their team, was their run game. So that the fact that looked good, the fact that their offensive line looked dominant like it's supposed to, that points in the direction that they're probably gonna be a playoff team, a good team. But yeah, no, they have to look better. That's for sure. I mean, you can't be letting the Texans play.
I'm telling you guys, the Houston Texans are going to be like, they're going to be the team you don't want to play. They're going to be the bad team you never want to play. I'll put it like that. Hard-nosed team.
Yeah. It's just like hard
Lions.
to go like 1-15.
Hey, you brought them up. The Detroit Lions fought their fucking asses off in Philadelphia. 2 things that I took away from this game. 1, kind of similar to what I just said about Houston. Detroit is a tough as nails fucking team. And then 2, Eagles got some fucking talent. I will say that.
The defense was not quite as good as we've been hearing about. Yeah. But yeah, I mean to put up 38 points, there's never a reason why you should lose with 38 points. And I mean, everybody played pretty well, and they didn't play to their potential. I don't think. I think they have room to grow for sure on that offense. And AJ Brown's debut was phenomenal. Like,
led the NFL in receiving yards week 1.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that the Eagles beat a team that everyone probably picked them to beat. Most people picked them to beat, except for Connor, and he's turned out to.
I went 5-9, bro. No, yeah,
Nah.
it's like the Eagles beat the Lions. Like, okay, as expected. But go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, just the Lions look like the Lions, man, and they honestly, if we're gonna flip the script, because we could spend the whole time talking about the Eagles, but we just watched the Lions on Hard Knocks for a full month, so the Lions looked like the team we thought they were. The Lions looked like a team that would fight, but also had Jared Goff as quarterback, and it's tough. It's tough to win with what he's gonna do, and there's feeling to that.
I don't think he was the problem. Man. I mean, I'm
problem, but he proved a lot of times. I mean, I saw some throws that were just.
Yeah.
All I gotta say about the Lions is DeAndre Swift is a dog. I wish I would have got him at first pick almost. Maybe that dude's gonna be good all year because I don't. Yeah. They can be winning
top 5.
I feel like even if they're losing by a bunch, they're gonna give him the ball, and if they're winning, they're gonna fucking rely on him. So
if he can stay healthy,
yeah,
which he hasn't proved,
definitely.
They got a fun offense though.
Let me ask you this, Josh. Something that we haven't covered yet. What was the next thing that sparked your interest, that made your Shambu sensations go nutty? Yeah, tingle.
What made me go tingly? I don't know, man. All of it, but I would say it was cool to see. It was cool to see Saquon. I like running backs.
Okay, Saquon.
Yeah, it was cool. I like running backs, regardless of team, regardless of division. It's harder to like Saquon. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if you saw the pivot with Saquon this offseason.
Oh no, the podcast? No.
Yeah, check that out if you haven't.
I know what you're talking about, the quote that he had in it.
Not even just the quote. I mean, if you see a real vulnerable, I see a dude that you can relate with. A lot, like one, because he's not, especially us, we could relate with him because he just grew up in a way that, to me at least, was pretty relatable. But anyway, he gets real vulnerable in that pivot, so he's kind of made himself more someone I can root for. But it was cool to see that dude pop off. Here's the problem with him though, and as a running back guy, and I would say I'm like a armchair analyst of running backs. I play the position. I love the position so much. He still got I think it was like 120 of his yards on like 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah.
And so he's that kind of player, which, listen, I think that it looks great in this record books, looks great in the stat sheet, but it also might not be great for your team winning. So
yeah. And one of those plays you're talking about, that big chunk play he had where he took it down to like the 10-yard line or whatever, it was like a 50, 60-yard play. It was so cool watching him just fucking book it down the sideline, just fucking getting it. And it's like, dude, this is how we're meant to see Saquon Barkley. We're not supposed to see him getting tackled for a fucking 1-yard gain fucking every single time he, So seeing him out in space, and hopefully Dayball keeps that going. It was really cool to see the Giants not only win, because I don't think they're going to get a lot of wins, and beating the Titans was cool, but Saquon going off. I got him on my fantasy team too, so that's cool, but I'm fucking all aboard that train, dude.
You don't want to write off the Titans too early, but
the Titans are cooked, bro. Titans are cooked. They fucking suck this year. Did you see Derrick Henry get fucking meleeed?
No.
There's a video I just seen it on Twitter like a little bit ago, and like it was like a DB or something, but it wasn't. I mean, I'm probably blowing it up, but he like literally kind of got just dude threw his fucking arms at him, and Derrick Henry went flying. Derrick Henry washed, bro.
Everybody's talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it. Skip Bayless has a segment tomorrow, bro. Next up, a little revenge game. Cleveland Browns, Carolina Panthers. Baker almost gets it done late. That big touchdown to Robbie Anderson, that was dope to see. McCaffrey only had 10 carries. That was weird. Maybe they got him on a little pitch count early on. I don't know, but definitely
that would be smart by them.
It would be. But it seems like I was really wanting Baker to get this dub. Carolina. I don't know. With that loss, I think they might be in trouble this year. What do you guys think?
Did you see the sideline shot? And Dalton, I'll give you can take the reins after this, but did you see that sideline shot of him when he watches that field goal go through?
No.
Oh, you can see it in his eyes, bro. You can see like literally the one thing that he had like left, like, cause he's been broken. He's been beaten down this whole offseason. Like the Browns gave him middle fingers. The Panthers picked him up, then made him compete all training camp, which he's not used to. He won the job, which is great. But then like the one thing that he kind of felt like, man, this is going to get me back to like, people are going to, talk about me in good graces. It just watched it just fade from his eyes, bro. I was like, damn. I don't know. I like Baker because I can relate to like how much he likes football and how hard he likes to play. But yeah, it's gotta suck.
Yeah.
I thought it was also funny. I don't know if you guys remember. It was right after the regular season ended last year, but Robbie Anderson was the one who got an Instagram post. Was like, I don't want him as my quarterback.
Yeah. And then he catches a 75-yard bomb from his ass.
Yeah, kind of funny.
Yeah. No, I remember that. That was awesome.
Well, Robbie Anderson's not the brightest.
No, but he's fun. I like to root for him.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
When he's mic'd up, he's just good to listen to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
What question for both of you guys? Whoever wants to answer first. What was the most controversial thing you've seen Sunday? It doesn't have to be like, oh my God, what the fuck? It can be like, this is gonna
one more time with that.
Oh my God, what the fuck? But like, come on. No, but just something that we haven't touched on yet that really piqued your arousal or anything like that.
Oh, you're getting me all ready.
You got to get warmed up here, Bubba. I'm trying to make another drink.
Oh.
Yeah, I could do probably one more.
But no, okay. Somebody answer the question.
Well, you caught me off guard with that question, my man.
Well, I'm just trying. Yeah, I was just trying to kick it off to the next game.
Here, I got something. Yeah. Caught me off guard. The lack of success in the Ravens running game. I thought that was crazy. I thought they were going to run all over the Jets, and obviously Lamar won. Yeah, Lamar won that game through the air, which that was cool to see, but also weird seeing. I mean, throughout the past,
which back
3 to 4 years
most. I didn't watch the game.
Kenyon Drake was the guy, which they just got him like the week before. But
they
got like 5 running backs on their team. Like,
yeah, and J.K. Dobbins is
stout.
I mean, I would imagine Dobbins is back next week. He might be back 3 or 4, but I mean,
yeah, I like it.
That was surprising to me.
That's a good good tidbit. I mean, I didn't watch enough of that game.
Dude, listen to this.
Because it was a boring game besides Lamar throwing deep bombs. Like,
I was watching the NBC pregame show or whatever, and they showed Saleh talking, and I guess the Jets were in the red zone like 5 times and only got 9 points total. So like they were moving the ball, and the shitty thing about the Jets is I don't think Zach Wilson's the answer.
Yeah.
And Flacco's not gonna fucking do nothing for you either. So it's like you just gotta wait till you fucking get a good quarterback, man. That's the shitty part about some of these teams in the NFL. I don't know.
And I like Salah. I think he's a good coach, or gonna be a good coach.
Yeah. What are you saying, Josh?
It just that is the reality NFL. It's kind of like you have to have a superstar in the NBA to even come close to a championship, and you kind of have to have 2 now. With the NFL, if you don't even have, like, you can win a Super Bowl with a game manager, but you'll have to have the most, a historically dominant defense. That's the only way. But if you want to,
go ahead.
If you want to win the traditional way, you have to have a top 10 and probably a top 6 quarterback.
Yeah. Well, and and if you don't, like you were saying, like, all the stars got to be aligned, but it's even less likely for that to happen nowadays than it used to be. Like, it used to be, you could win a Super Bowl with a Joe Flacco. You could win a Super Bowl with whoever the Raiders had with John Gruden. You know what I mean? Like, you could ride that defense. You can't really do that anymore.
No,
Yeah.
I would agree.
That's for sure. I'm trying to remember some other crazy shit that happened Sunday. Ooh. Minnesota Vikings look for real, guys. They look good. I mean,
Very
obviously,
good.
the one thing we got to take with a grain of salt. Obviously, they're playing the Packers, division rival. Vikings always playing well, but one thing that someone said. I think it was fucking your boy Tony Dungy, who looks, no disrespect, but he looks a little slower now. Maybe that is just that sounds a little.
Hey, Lee Corso's got a job, all right? As long as
Lee Corso's the
got a job,
worst.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I respect.
It's almost wrong that they put Lee up there on TV.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and
not
then they
right.
almost make fun of him on air, which is like, what are we doing? Like this is weird. Like,
but Tony Dungy's fucking Tony Dungy's fucking ass. He said it, and he's fucking true though. It looks like the energy is shifted in Minnesota. Like everybody's having fun. You know, got rid of the old fart. Their old coach. What is his name? Zimmer.
Zimmy.
Yeah.
Zima.
And O'Connell or McConnell, whatever the fuck his name is, he's got the look to him. He looks sharp, and god dang, Kirk Cousins might actually have a chance to be in the conversation. He ain't gonna win the MVP, but I mean, he was sitting pretty in the pocket, throwing it to fucking Justin Jefferson. Adam Thielen's your second best option. You got Dalvin Cook. They got something going up there, man.
I've got this written down, and it's hard for me, bro, because I want to win the best receiver of that class debate. I want CD to be the best receiver of that class debate, but it feels like the argument's damn near already over. And Justin Jefferson might not be just the best receiver in the game. He might be able to put up like best player in the game numbers in arguments this year. I don't know why it seems like 90% of the catches and highlights I see of him, he's like 30 yards wide open. But,
downfield, just fucking way there, yeah.
But his route running must be that elite. Yeah, he's just that good.
Like in his highlights, he never really has any contested catches, or like you were saying, but he's always just right in stride. Like nothing seems like he's trying too hard. It's just like effortless, everything. Like
move him around. I mean, he's always crossing the field. They like to do that a lot with him. Which makes a lot more of those highlights. But even when you have the ones that are contested, the dude is he's a kind of a freak. So, yeah, I mean, there is something special though about those receivers though, that are always open. People like wonder like, are they as good as? No, they're as good as any of the receivers. They just don't have to work as hard in those contested catch moments. They don't have a lot of them.
Yep, that's for sure. Get the lights on, show off the.
Yeah, get a little dark in here, dog.
Yeah, it did kind of get a little dark out of nowhere. I saw that. Nah, but yeah, Jay Jett is up there in Minnesota looking good. How about we talk, just for a minute about the fucking beatdown the Chiefs put on the Arizona Cardinals, boy. And then the best part is the PFF rankings the next day. Like I used to just get lost in that shit with hatred and argue with 20 people or something. But now it's more like, okay, this is obviously to get my reaction. But Mahomes landed at like 8th on the list. I'm not saying he had the greatest week of the quarterbacks, but 360 yards, 75% completions, 5 touchdowns. I wouldn't think that that's like a 70 grade, but whatever. But
looks good on paper, but actually, if you watch the film like I did last night, most of it was true.
That's a great point, Josh.
No, yeah, for real. And it's but it was great. I really expected, like I've been telling you guys, Mahomes, he texted Kingsbury. They might not win a game the rest of the year, the Chiefs, but I knew they were gonna win this one. Mahomes wanted to get back on his old coach, but no, it was great to see the offense. I'm really excited. I seen someone tweeted it. It's probably sarcastic, but I honestly think it's true. And it's weird to say because he's such a great, phenomenal player, one of the best we've ever seen. But was Tyreek Hill holding back Mahomes a little bit? Just in the aspect.
I will say this. I think Tyreek was a bailout for Mahomes a lot of times, and he didn't make him a better quarterback.
Yeah, and now he's actually looking at the field,
He's
spreading the
going
ball
through his
around.
progressions. Yeah, like I agree. I mean, I kind of want to agree with you there.
I don't agree with you.
But look at Josh. Look, Tua. Did you see the play Tyreek had where he went up and made the catch one-handed? Tua threw some shit ass ball. Yeah, that's the Tyreek aspect. Like that's just what you get. Mahomes would probably just throw it up and But anyways,
and obviously it's better to have that type of receiver on your team. But
yeah, I would love to have. No,
definitely not. I mean, I would say most GMs are looking at a Tyreek and they're like, I get him away from me. I don't want that fucking the guy. You said he's the fastest receiver in the NFL. Fuck that. I don't want him in there. You know what I mean? All pro? No. Yeah. So most teams are better off without Tyreek. For sure. Nah, I'm just kidding around. I listen. I think there's some truth in that. I also think there are times when it's like, fuck. I'm glad I have a Tyreek.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Last second plays, man. When you have a dude who's the fastest dude in the league,
it tends to help.
Yeah, it tends to help. So I agree with you in the sense that I bet Mahomes will learn to be a better quarterback now that he doesn't have a Tyreek. And if he got a Tyreek back, another Tyreek down the road in 3-4 years, once he learns how to spread the ball around and use them the right way, yeah, I could see that argument. But let's just be honest here. This is happenstance. It's great if it makes Mahomes a dude who's more Aaron Rodgers-esque and spreads the ball around. But the Chiefs weren't excited to let him go.
No, yeah, and I get both sides of it. It's just you gotta flirt with the thought that
I like it. That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's more we could Shambu about, but I'm really just excited to get into some of these segments, man. Is there anything else that we missed? Any real just here, can I say this? Trey Lance, official, sucks. Can we get an official word on that?
I don't think so. I would be
sucks,
the first.
Bro.
I hate the Niners. But I mean, you saw that game. You saw the amount of rain.
I get the conditions and everything, but Trey Lance ain't it, bro. Jimmy G starts by week 10.
Now, see, here's the thing: is you got to cut what you just did right there into like a little small short on YouTube, so that way when you're wrong, we can go fucking viral. All right.
Well, I already got to do that.
I hope you're right. I really do. I hope you're right, but I just. I think it's too early to call.
Well, remember the last podcast where I was like, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, I'll jump through a table off my roof. Yeah, so I got to clip that one too. But I'm telling you. But
okay, so I do have to say something because we did talk about both your teams, and it would seem like we were just avoiding the topic if we didn't talk about the Cowboys briefly. Obviously, everything we saw on Sunday was my nightmare. You know what I mean? Literally, if you told me worst case scenario, I would have described what I saw. So I had to get that out there. The season's looking grim. I will put it that way. I've been looking for a silver lining all day, and I've determined, you know what I mean, the Cowboys are probably going to go 7-0 over the next 7 games with our boy Rush.
Cooper.
That's realistic.
But unless we don't stay 500, man, fuck.
I think it all depends on those Philadelphia Eagles because obviously I think a 500 record competes with the other two teams, but I don't know if it will compete with the Eagles.
Well, let's hope there's a plane crash or something.
Whoa.
Oh my God. What? Jesus Christ.
We are Marshall.
Hey, speaking of quotes, let's clip that right there.
Let's clip that. Only that.
Put this guy in prison.
Nah, but Josh, I mentioned this to you real fast, and then we'll get into FMK, Fuck, Marry, Kill of last week. If you could have any quarterback that's not obviously starting for another team, who would you take in Dallas till Dak's back?
Minshew. I think it's the guy who's like everyone would say. I mean, because listen, he's a gamer.
He
is the best backup quarterback in the NFL, like by default for the next 7 years, 6 years, and then he's an adequate starter. I mean, I think there will be teams every once in a while who are like, "Fuck it, let's try it." Maybe he gets one more opportunity.
If Geno Smith gets another opportunity, like 5 years from his last, I mean, you would think Gardner would.
Yeah, I know. You think the Seahawks might have given the Eagles a call or something, but yeah, we'll see tonight though. Who knows?
I think you still got Andy Dalton's phone number. Let's ring him up.
Bring him
Let's
back.
get him back into town.
Bring the ginger back.
The Red Rocket, baby.
Nah, I'll take Rush, bro. I'll take Rush.
You got enough redheads.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into our segments now. We're going to come at them back to back to back. We went with the Shambu first, talked about all the games. Now we're going to get into everyone's favorite sit at home, hang out with the family type of game. Fuck, marry, kill. But we're going to be speaking on last week's performances, obviously. So we'll be freaking a player from last week. That's basically, like, okay, he did great, but he doesn't get to meet mom. And then you got the Mary, who obviously gets to meet mom and is going to be a mainstay. And then the kill, who, just maybe, did you dirty.
Never got the date.
Never got the date. Maybe cheated on you. I don't know. Kill him. So should we go like freaks all across the board, or should you give me all three? What do you guys think?
Across the board.
So let's start with the freak. Who from week 1 earned the title of Dalton Martin's fuck?
Well, there was a lot of applicants out there. I had a wide field to choose from, and there was one in particular that caught my eye.
Okay.
I'm going to go to, he was a second fiddle in Green Bay. He found his way to Detroit, Jamal Williams.
Oh.
Young man had 11 rushes for 28 yards, 2 touchdowns.
2.
Yep. Two touchdowns. Very nice fantasy game. Very touchdown reliant. I think it was fun, but, we talked about it earlier. Seeing how well Swift ran the ball, I think that those touches will slim down as the year goes on. We'll see. Maybe they want to keep that smash and dash type play, but yeah, I think that's a one-nighter.
Okay, one-nighter. What do you got, Josh? Who's your freak of the week?
Yeah, I may have missed the way Dalton. I may have missed the way that Dalton answered this question a little bit, or maybe doing it differently. But I had Josh Allen, just because I don't know if he's going to be able to keep up that pace of what he accomplished. But he was just so sharp. It seemed like
for a second there, I thought you were just going to be like, I just really want to fuck the guy, man.
I'll be honest.
No, I'm kidding. I'm
nothing
kidding.
to do with football.
Okay, but back to what you were saying, bro.
No, it just I'm not sure I understood exactly what we were here, but yeah, no, Josh Allen played dominant in the second half, and I feel like he's one of those guys that, man, when he's on it, and we did see those times last year where he wasn't the Josh Allen that he appeared to be in other games. So if he doesn't keep this up, then it's just a week 1 type of thing. But he looked like everything we were scared of from most outside of a couple plays.
I like that. Okay, I feel you. My freak of the week, we already talked about him a little bit, but I need to preface some things here. So I say this because of what we've seen in the past, but I have high hopes. And this, obviously the freak of the week, she's not normally going to meet the mom, but this is a freak of the week that, I'm keeping her close still. We're still filling her out, haven't made the final decision. But my freak of the week is Saquon Barkley. I hope for the best there. But he might be like the chick that, everybody wants, but you just know she's a dirty little nasty, you know what I mean? Just just because she always screws, you're gonna always end up getting burnt, But I'm hoping for the best with Saquon Barkley.
Oh.
I really want Saquon to do well this year, and I really think it could happen, but just I don't have a lot of promise in the Giants, so that's why he's my freak of the week. But please keep going, Saquon. We want to get you to marriage status.
Yes, sir. But if we don't just say dirty little freak or whatever, then we're missing the because That was Bert.
I'll make
All
sure.
right, let's
Deja
ring
helps
up.
me
Let's
clip
ring
that.
up.
So, who's gonna get a ring? Who's gonna put? If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. You know.
I get it.
Okay. One day I'll have like the editing down, and I'll just put that little. Everybody will hear it, like, "Ooh, okay, it's time."
Hey.
Now, but who you marrying from
beehive.
week 1, Josh? You went first, right?
Bro, yeah. So I'm going completely biased mode, but Micah Parsons looked every bit of the real deal. If he can be my one silver lining all season, even if we just go 0-17, if he can just dominate, absolutely dominate, that'll give me something to rewatch every Sunday. So,
I like
which
that.
he looked amazing.
I like
2
that.
sacks on Brady. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are hurt on that O-line, but I don't think anybody in the league is looking forward to having to fucking block that guy. So,
Oh yeah. If I could have like any young defensive player in the league, it's probably him. So yeah, good Mary. Big D. Who you trying to wet up?
Well, I talked about it last week. I'm gonna keep preaching it all year. Kevin O'Connell. I
Hey,
think he's leading that franchise in a great direction. And I think the Vikings are not going to be that same type of feeling when you play them moving forward. You could always count on Kirk Cousins fucking up in prime time or fucking up in the fourth quarter. I don't think we're going to see as much of that anymore.
no, I like that. That's a good one. And dude's mighty fine too. You got you a good one there.
Yeah.
Double entendre right there. I'm not going to explain anything though. My marriage won't need to go to the marriage counselor for this one because this guy is a doozy.
But a team.
So last year he made sparks fly, so to speak. And obviously week 1 he's on that same trajectory. I wanted to see it first. He was on my bench in one fantasy league. Cordero Patterson. I'll be marrying young Cordero. I think he had close to 20 carries, over 120 yards on the ground. They're gonna give him the ball. They showed that. So that's something to feel great in. Dude's one of the most athletic, talented with the ball in his hand dudes around. Yeah, I'm going to put a ring on Mr. Cordell Patterson and just guarantee that he makes the Atlanta Falcon games every single week. Something to watch.
I love that one. Absolutely love that one. I think Cordell Patterson is going to be a beautiful football life someday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just because, like, to think about his story, he came out of the draft and he looked, he came out of the draft and we thought he was going to be this kind of gadget type player, and he's flipped the script completely deep into his career. I mean, we're talking like what, 4 or 5 years into his career.
I remember when. I think it's more than that because I feel like it was longer than 5 years ago. I remember him returning kicks for Minnesota. Remember that? That was like a long time ago.
100%. It is so fun to. Well, it's fun and weird to see number 84 dominating the running back. Yeah. And I'm sorry if you heard that banging back there. My daughter is smashing her fists in the glass window, so that's fun. That's a fun.
Well,
yeah, she's pumped.
I'll get out in front of this. This is our time with you. I've known you way longer, so maybe figure it out.
I'll let her know.
So who are you gonna kill from week 1? Who's done? Who's not on your radar? Completely toast. Jalen Ramsey. Go ahead, Josh. Who's your pick?
You know what? Speaking of the Rams, bro, I'm gonna go fucking Cam Akers, bro. I'm so sick of that, bro, already. He got me literally 0 points. Literally 0 points. I think he's like a 4th round draft pick for me in fantasy.
Dude,
so
wow.
Dalton, seriously, Dalton, I want you to take a moment here. Calm my nerves, okay? Calm me down because I'm enraged. I'm already enraged about my Cowboys. What's gonna happen with Akers? Is he gonna be worth the pick?
He's got to do better in pass pro if he wants more time. I think that's what McVay was really pissed off about, which I understand. I mean, if you want to play, and especially in the Rams offense, you have to be able to play at every type of, you got to be able to block, whether you're a receiver, running back, whoever you are. And I think that's extremely important in our offense because we've never had like the best offensive line. So we rely on things like that. And I think that's very important moving forward. I mean, I think we're going to see more and more of Cam Akers. I mean, don't think that this. I mean, I think he's definitely going to have more time as the season goes on. We'll see what happens, but I know that's what it was.
Well, I don't feel any better at all. Reminds me of more 20.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could say something to make you feel better, but that's reality.
So
Hendo played decent.
I was in a draft, in-person draft on Yahoo, and a guy in the 4th round, Lake and Katie. Shout out Katie's Barbecue in Sedalia, Missouri. Best barbecue in the area. That's for damn sure. About said the Midwest, but that's that's a pedestal. That's a pedestal. But he was like, he came to me round 4. He didn't have a running back yet. He's like, yeah, I need a running back, man. Who should I take? And I'm like, oh, dude, Cam Akers. You gotta go Cam Akers. and then we played week 1. We played each other. And he's like, fucking collusion. What is going on?
Cam Akers for sure, bro.
That's pretty awesome.
But who you killing from week 1, Mr. D Mart?
Okay, well, I went with a little bit of a coach's edition week.
Ooh,
so
I love a coach's edition.
Every year we do this. Something weird happens. We're like, oh, he's so smart. He's ahead of the game. He's a genius. Every time something goes wrong, oh, he's got a plan. He knows what's going on. Bill Belichick, what the fuck are you doing, man? Okay, figure it out. Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, you. Who's calling plays? The Patriots look like dog shit.
They did look bad.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it's time. It's time, Bill.
I was literally thinking Sunday. I'm glad you brought this up, Dalton. I was thinking Sunday to myself. I was like, sure, like how like in some different sports are like, oh yeah, we got to play for our coach. We got to win for our coach. Well, I really don't even think the Patriots have enough talent to even get like they can't even do that. They like.
There's not enough dog in them for that.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's just the Patriots look rough to me. I picked them and pick them too. Fuck, I did real bad. But yeah, so I like that kill him. This is my kill. So I'm gonna preface this one. So on Yahoo, I have one Yahoo fantasy league. There's on each player you can click on them and there's like a discuss tab, and like some players will have a shit ton of people talking about them. Like if someone gets hurt, you'll look at the player and there's 1,000 people on viewing and everyone's typing, fuck this, what the fuck, piece of shit, So before
just good old discourse.
Oh yeah. So sometimes if I have like you can like comment on it, like, hey, start, and I'll just give you the example. I had Jahan Dotson sitting in my starting flex because I didn't want to start Chris Godwin or J.K. Dobbins because of injury concern. And so I have Jahan Dotson sitting there. So I go into I have Kadarius Toney on my bench. And so I go on Kadarius Toney's page and I'm like, yo, should I start Kadarius Toney or Jahan Dotson? And it was 15 likes for Kadarius Toney, 0 for Jahan Dotson. So I'm like, oh, I'll start Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney got like 2.3 points, and it was all on like an end around.
On one play, yeah.
Yeah. And Jahan Dotson, 2 touchdowns, rookie performance. Looks like he's going to be a stud. So I'm killing Kadarius Toney. I guarantee you he'll never fucking start for me ever again. But that's some bullshit, man. And I had Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay, what the fuck? 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
I know, and I thought about picking up in a couple leagues, drafting him because I've drafted him before, liking the potential. But of course, this will be the year that he just blows up.
Dude, I like the look of him. But yeah, so I'll kill Kadarius Toney. But that was a fun little fuck, marry, kill sesh. That was really good.
That was nice. It's good to be back.
Definitely. We'll definitely be clipping all that. Next up, this one actually might be my favorite. I just like to see where everybody goes at. The Meatball of the week. Let me give y'all a little background. So Meatball, the original Meatball is a young man by the name of, who is it, Dalton?
C.J. Anderson.
C.J. Anderson.
My boy.
He was just known for having just a hard day's work, 15 carries.
Bring your lunch pail type fella.
Oh yeah. 15 carries, 33 yards, but you're damn sure you got into the end zone.
Yeah.
But basically, to show our love for CJ Anderson, Josh, I think, still blocked by him on Twitter. I'm not sure, but basically, anybody who had an impeccable performance, let's say 7 catches for 20 yards or 10 carries for 5 yards, just something just crazy.
Wild stat lines.
Wild stat lines, not in a good way. That is
Josh Rosen's got a lot of these games.
a lot of those games. That's Josh's guy. Same first name, bro. But so the meatball of the week. Who wants to kick us off for week 1?
I can.
You want to, or I can do it. That didn't sound confident.
Yeah. Well, again, I think I missed the boat here.
Okay, so let me
go ahead.
let me lead you to shore.
Go ahead.
So I have 2. My first one is kind of like not really like he only had 6 touches, but you'll respect this one, Josh, because Dalton said he's the man in Dallas, but not with this type of performance.
Okay.
He rushed the ball 6 times for 8 yards. Mr. Tony Pollard, you are a meatball for week 1. We'll be sending him extra sloppy. But a more that's not a good, but a more legit meatball, a little more touches. I didn't see what he did in the receiving game, but James Conner, Mr. James Conner, had 10 carries, 26 yards. He did have a touchdown though. So extra meatball-y. Those are my meatballs. Tony Pollard and James Conner. Overall, 16 touches for 34 yards. Fuck yeah.
Awesome meatballs.
Yeah, I'll get mine out of the way just because I missed the boat, but we'll shine more light on it. I went because I went horrible stat line, and I immediately thought just like Burrow, man, 4 picks and a fumble. But not really a meatball type of day. I mean, he still put up decent numbers, but my God,
a scumball.
That it's still. I can respect it though. You weren't fully on board with what the hell was going on with meatball. Now you know for next week.
That's still meatball-esque.
Very
close.
More turnovers than touchdowns, man. That counts. That counts.
Yeah, a lot more.
All right, Dalton, who's your meatball of the week?
All right, I got a couple up. I'm really excited about this segment too. This is, like you're saying, this is probably my favorite one. But so we have young Mr. Montgomery, David Montgomery, for the Bears in that weird game that they had. Ran the ball 17 times. I repeat, 17 times for 26 yards. I don't know what is.
Oh my God.
Bro, imagine like after the game looking at the box or the stats and everything, and you see that I would look at it and not even look at you couldn't even talk to nobody after that. Like, oh shit. No. Hopefully no one else sees that.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Dude, and then Herbert came in and had a great game. So it's like, did Montgomery in one game lose his starting job? And
yeah, I noticed that.
I think Herbert is going to be better in that offense than Montgomery is. But I mean, it's one game. But I mean,
can I tell a funny story on Herbert real fast?
Please.
I almost joined this little goofy league with people I just knew probably didn't know the game as much. And here's a definite, example. Dude was watching the Bears play the Chiefs in preseason. He's like, dude, I can't believe it. Herbert's playing for the Bears. What the fuck? And fucking Khalil Herbert. He thought it was Justin Herbert.
Like, what happened to him in the offseason?
Yeah. But who's your second meatball, big dog?
So the second one, it's a little bit of a different one, but there was no way I wasn't going to talk about this. So in the Jets game, what a wonderful game that was. Joe Flacco, old Flackmeister.
Old Flacky.
Threw the ball 59 times. 59. Holy shit. And he got 307 yards, which is nothing to scoff about, but also you threw the ball 60 times.
Yeah.
Like, you should probably get that, So that was one from. It was just a stat line I saw him. I'm like, what? Holy cow! Like
59 passes.
His arms his arm's probably like laying on the floor this morning.
Oh yeah, he's on ice. He's on
better
ice. I like that. Do you have one more? Or?
No, I just got 2 on that one.
Okay, I like that one. I would say that if we put them all together, rumble all the meatballs up, put them in the spaghetti, throw the tomato sauce on top, the number 1 meatball for week 1, I'll give it to you, young Dalt. I think David Montgomery is week 1 meatball of the week. I'll say that. 17-26. Holy shit! And your backup did well.
Yeah.
So now a little more depressing segment. The sad boy of Sunday. Dalton, you created this award. Could you explain to the viewers what Sad Boy Sunday means?
So there can be a lot of different situations for a sad boy Sunday to occur, but above all, we just want to see hopelessness, just nothing else to give, just over there looking on the sideline. And you mentioned it earlier. I'm sorry if this is one of your guys's, but you mentioned it earlier with Baker. That's a perfect one for Sad Boy Sunday after seeing that field goal. I hope I didn't take anybody's, but that's what we're looking for with the Sad Boy Sunday award.
So that's not yours. You just gave out a perfect example as just
an
example.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That
you just stole one. Just like I stole, you just eliminated one.
Yeah, he's like, yep, y'all got to work for this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a different one. So,
all right, I'll go first then. Well, mine's easy, and you guys could probably guess. I mean, it was just honestly, the sad boy was me. Because Cowboys on Sunday made me a very, very sad boy. I just couldn't believe my eyes. You wait all year, and you're a weird nerd football fan like me, and just to have, I mean, literally the whole game is depressing. I'm in such a depressive state with 5 minutes left in the game that I'm kind of tuned out. I'm paying attention, just thinking, wouldn't it be crazy if Dak just threw 2 fucking 70-yard bombs for this thing? But then Dak hurts his hand, and I'm like, oh, it looks like he just kind of did a classic, when you stub your thumb or whatever, you know what I mean? It just looked like it didn't look too bad, and then my season ended almost, right there in a moment. So yeah, it was a very, very sad Sunday for Josh.
Yeah, and it's not even something to laugh at, man. That's really fucked up. I wouldn't wish anyone.
Serious. No
one should lose their quarterback week 1. Nobody.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff. Go football.
Well, I'll segue that, man. You stole the words right out of my mouth. I was also my sad boy as well. So that's so great that you did that. So like about, at halftime, we're going in 10-10. Obviously everything is flowing in the Bills' direction, but I'm like, hey, you know what? Sean McVay's going to get in the locker room, turn everything around. Rah, rah. We're going to get out there, 17 unanswered points. We're going to put it to them, Obviously, that did not happen. And so the real sad boy was me about wrist deep in the plate of nachos at 9:30 at night. And it was ugly, boys. It was ugly. I was very sad, and it was rough. The whole next day was rough, and then I got you guys in that damn group chat.
Oh man,
Connor shit talking the Rams.
Yeah, Connor laid into you, man. I mean, I was, Connor was in, fall mood that morning.
Well, and he was trying to get me going. I know what the fuck he was doing, but yeah. So I was in a bad way.
Yeah, I hear you, and I
don't want to hear what you put into the game, okay? Because whatever it is, times that by 1,000,000. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So let's not make this personal about.
No comment.
Okay.
No, I promise to not do that again, and hopefully the Rams will never give me a reason to do that again.
I sure hope not to, man, because I don't need any extra on top of that.
Dude, you don't need any more nachos, bro. It's not
no more.
No more nachos. That's a promise I cannot keep.
So I'm gonna give you my sad boy. My sad boy Sunday. I'm kind of so I have two, but I guess I'll go with the one that's more. So one of my two won. Their team won, so I won't go with that one. And I was gonna say Steelers fans. Sad boy. Oh, we got the win, but you just lost your best player for possibly the rest of the year. But
Yeah.
I feel like this one's a little more sad. I'm going with the entire fan base of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Jaguars suck. Everyone knows it. But some people were like, oh, the Jags could be a dark horse to win that division. And Trevor Lawrence is that guy. And they lost to the Washington Commanders week 1. It's a rough time. They look like I thought they were going to win the game there for a bit at the end, but if you can't beat the Commanders, you're destined for 4 wins. And so Jaguars fans, I felt sad for you. Looks like another rough year. I don't see anything changing that in the foreseeable future. So sad boy.
How long is it going to be before I can take the team name Commanders seriously? Because it feels like we're playing in the AFL. I mean, or like, you know what I mean? Like we're playing in some fucking weird, is this arena football right now? Like what, Commanders?
That's the
and I finally got used to the football team. I was like, all right, this is a cool
I like
name.
that.
I
like the football team. Football team sounds cool. It sounds original almost.
Yeah, original, but not. But yeah, it was just cool.
It's just nice.
Yeah, it wasn't.
We all like football teams.
Yeah, it was like literally like they said, all right, they brought in like a bunch of 8-year-olds and had them create teams on, and they were like, which one's the best? Yeah, it was.
And at the end of the day, the Cleveland Browns are called the Browns, like
after coach.
Like Washington football team. That works too. Okay, but no. So yeah, that was a sad boy summer. Sad boy fall is now in full effect. Would you rather? Do you guys want to save this for next week? We're kind of deep into this right now.
Yeah, we need to get it. We need to get into the Russ game here.
It's Monday. It's Monday night football time. I don't even. Does anybody have their phone out? Who's winning? Let's get a live update.
Yeah, I do, but I'm filming on it. So.
Okay. Oh yeah. So let's get right into our games. We're gonna do some game picks for all 3 of our teams, and let's get out of here. And everybody, all of us will enjoy our Monday nights. You all will be listening to this on Tuesday, so you'll be like, Anyways,
Seahawks are winning.
I believe it. What's the score?
What?
7-3.
7-3. Dude, I could see the Seahawks winning.
Football game.
Yikes, that's interesting. Okay, so time capsule.
Hey, real quick.
Did anyone pick the Seahawks?
No.
No.
Geno Smith is 7 for 7 with a touchdown.
Oh my God. Who's the touchdown to? DK or Tyler?
Disley.
Disley.
I hate tight ends like that who are like, they're just like, they're teases, man. You pick them up the 1 week you pick them up when you need them. He goes, 2 catches for 13 yards. But then the week that excites you is the one that he goes 5 catches for a freaking touchdown. 5 catches for 7 touchdown.
Yep. So let's rapid fire these games. So next week we'll introduce Would You Rather. We'll do coaches and then quarterbacks on down and everything. That'll give us time to really come up with some juicy shit. First game up, Thursday night football. Kansas City Chiefs, Amazon Prime football. We're gonna have 100-yard fucking passes thrown, aren't we, D-Mart? That's what you said. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh yeah, Amazon balls. Yeah, all that.
Chiefs versus Chargers. Let's be boom boom real quick. Who wins?
Bolts up.
In Kansas City.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I'm going to go Chargers.
Oh!
Chargers. I'm going to go Chargers, and I already picked the Chiefs in our league. Pick them. I'm going to go back on that. I don't know why, man. I don't know. I just like watching Herbert. So I'm going to enjoy watching Herbert on Monday. But your guys' team looks really, really good. It's just hard to tell just yet if the Arizona Cardinals, just sucked or if you guys are that dominant. But
I
either
agree.
way, you look that good. So
Yeah,
I can
and
see you guys for sure.
I really want to double down on the Patrick Mahomes MVP. I'm telling you right now, guys, he's gonna win the
Of
MVP.
course.
He's gonna win the MVP. So yeah, I got the Chiefs. Dalton, you had the Chargers. Y'all both picked the Chargers to win the division. No surprise there. I guess the only surprise will be for you guys after the game ends. Anyways, Kansas City, I got them. The other two got the Chargers. Next game, Redemption City, baby. The Los Angeles Rams. They need to get that get back. They're coming in wounded, playing the Atlanta Falcons, who straight up fucking blew it against New Orleans. Straight up blew it. They should have won that fucking game. Michael Thomas, we didn't talk about him at all. That was cool.
Mhm.
That was cool.
Big game.
He deserved to get to flex into the camera because everybody was fucking laying into him for the last couple of years because he deserved it. He used to be a piece of shit, but so Atlanta Falcons versus Rams. Who y'all got? I'll start first. Rams back on the board, 1-1, baby.
We're back.
He's got the Rams. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Rams too.
All right, that
But
sweeps the
I
board.
don't want to. I almost don't want to just because fucking Dalton's face. So
Yeah.
All right, next up, next team, we got the Dallas Cowboys. Are they playing host to Cincinnati?
yeah.
Okay, so the Bengals coming off a bad week 1, coming to Dallas, who's down Dak Prescott. I would have loved to pick the Cowboys, but yeah, no Dak, no dice.
I get you.
Yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna have to go that same direction. I would love for you guys to crush the Bengals because fuck them, but I think that's a hard task. That's a hard task with Cooper.
Cooper,
Yeah, you guys
Cup.
sound like my HR and boss when they laid off the whole company one day. My first job, they all told us, we would love to be able to keep you, but we can't, and no more money for you. So, I appreciate you guys saying those kind words. When the Cowboys fucking dominate the Bengals on Sunday, you're gonna look really dumb. Okay, and that's all I want to say. I mean,
Cooper
obviously,
Rush
you guys
isn't
know.
bad, dude. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's not
Some
bad.
are saying he's poised for a career year. I mean,
He's redheaded,
been out
right?
there.
Who's saying that?
He's a lot
Everybody.
better. He's a lot better than Ben DiNucci. That's for damn sure. Holy shit.
Yeah, I would say Ben DiNucci probably doesn't belong on an NFL roster. To be frank. Yeah, but no. Listen, if we're being real, the only chance is for the Cowboys to dominate running the football. If they can't dominate running the football and control, we can't be in 2nd and 9. We have to be in 2nd and 4. We have to be in 2nd and 6. We have to be in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. We have to be ahead of the chains in order to win with Cooper Rush. Now, Cooper Rush is probably not going to lose you games. That's one nice thing. And with the defense that's played as well as the Cowboys did the first week and is expected to be, it's going to be so hard. But if we can stay 500, we might have a chance. So,
yeah. Comes down to Micah Parsons earned that MVP, baby.
Yeah.
Next up, this is one of the better games. I left this up to Josh to decide. I haven't looked at the slate for week 2. But for this to be one of the big games, it must not be that great. Arizona Cardinals versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Both teams didn't look the best week 1. I mean, Chargers barely beat the Raiders, but Raiders never were really in that game. Josh McDaniels, most overhyped coach of all time. I'm going to pick the Arizona Cardinals to lose. I set y'all up there. Until Arizona, I was wanting to say they might win the division after Thursday night. But then it's either they played the best team in football with the Chiefs or they're just, they just had a bad week. Which one is it, Dalton?
They definitely didn't play the best team in
Okay.
football.
Okay. But no.
No, but yeah, I feel you though.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Raiders just because of that loss last week. And honestly, if they start 0-2, it's gonna be really hard for them to catch whoever wins the Thursday night game, Chiefs Raiders. Or Chiefs Chargers. I know we're super early, and obviously they still could catch them, but you don't want to start 0-2 and be looking at the Chiefs 2-0 if you want to win the division. So.
No, and you can't start 0-2, like you said, in that division where you're going to get beat up. You have to expect, even if you're the Chiefs, you expect, best case only losing 2 of those division games if you want to be reasonable. It reminds me of when people used to talk about the NFC East as being a dominant division not that long ago, where those teams would just pound on each other. It's the same thing Dalton deals with and it has dealt with in his division, where if you can just make it out of that division healthy, you're good.
Yeah. So you got Raiders?
Me? Nah, I actually got the Cardinals, man. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think that they're in the same boat as the Raiders. They better do something. You start 0-2 in that division, it's real hard. So I'm not a huge believer in Carr. It's kind of like I said, like I bet he puts up gaudy numbers with Devontae. Like maybe not even him. I bet Devontae puts up gaudy numbers as his best.
Will.
Yeah, but they don't win a lot of games or enough games. Now, if they're in another division, they might be a wild card team or a team that you don't love to see on your schedule. But is anyone like if you told somebody now, hey, you got to play the Raiders in the NFC champion or AFC championship game, you're okay with that? You don't expect them to be this dominant team like the Bills or anything like that. You don't even see how that could get there. So, yeah.
Right, you have to use Bills as a dominant team. Didn't they lose in the playoffs last year? Anyways, Dalton, who's your pick?
After seeing what the Cardinals defense did against the Chiefs, I'm going to go Raiders. Football. I think Hunter Renfrow is going to have a big day. I think the Raiders are going to beat him by 10 or more.
Okay, cool. Last game, right back to you, Dalton. The Minnesota O'Connell Vikings versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Who wins? That's going to be a good game.
Ooh.
That is a good game. Good early game.
I seen what the Lions did to him. I got to go to the Vikings. I'm gonna ride that train. I think.
Okay.
So I mean, I think
till the wheels
I think
fall
they have
off.
another big day. I think we see Kirk Cousins spread the ball around a little bit more. Maybe some Irv Smith, maybe some Thielen, maybe some Osborne, some little Ozzie. But we'll see. We'll see. I like the Vikings.
Josh?
Yeah. Well, now that I'm just like a talking face, it is wild.
It's great. I wanted to say something, but I was just gonna let it roll.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. We probably shouldn't have acknowledged it at all. But no, I'm gonna go the Vikings. Honestly, I mean, you guys know it'd be hard for me to pick the Eagles 1, which I would, but I got a good feeling about the Vikings, man. And boy, if I want to have any chance in this division, the Eagles better start fucking losing. So, yeah, let's go Justin Jefferson. Let's go Kirk Cousins. Let's get it. Let's beat them Eagles.
Well, I was gonna pick the Vikings, but both of y'all did. Damn. Yeah, I want to pick the Vikings too, just because I want to believe the hype. I want to believe that they're really good. I could absolutely see the Eagles winning this game though, just because I still think the Packers win that division. Call me crazy. I think they'll figure it out by week 15. They're still gonna be just a hair better. I don't know. I'm probably crazy, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings too though. With that, that's a wrap. That's our show. Appreciate it. Week 2 coming up Sunday. Catch us next week. Appreciate it, boys. Much love. Josh, looks like it's like 3 a.m. where you're at, so go get some rest, man.
It's like a little Game of Thrones episode or something.
He's in the shadows.
All right, boys.
All right, much love, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.